Hey guys, it's Elken here, and today I'll be breaking down a sample straight off my latest kit, All You Need Volume 1. It contains one-shots, phrases, drum kit, analog lab bank, samples, effect rack presets, and much more. Let's get back into the video and break down the sample. So I first started with this live guitar, and yeah, this is what it sounds like. I was sort of going for that like dissonant Django Unchained. That's where you hear the dum dum da dum da dum. That little like riff plays throughout the chord progression. On the guitars, I put a lot of things. I put micro shift, while control, giving it some flutter, a compressor, a vintage compressor, a reverb, and lastly, I put the guitar in mono. Next up, I add these background vocals. Usually when I'm making soul samples, I usually have like a main vocal and a background vocal, just to make it seem like an actual soul song. This is what the background vocal sounds like. Ooh, 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 when doing these background vocals, I lay the same melody 4 times, pan one to the left, pan one to the right, just pan them around just to give it a thicker vibe. So for the main vocal, I say break my chains and watch them fall. Life gets hard, but we stand tall. Usually when I'm making soul samples, I usually write down lyrics or just freestyle, which is very important stuff to talk about when I'm making stuff like this. It was giving me like freedom sort of sample, like being free from anything. Chains could be like metaphorical. So yeah, this is what the vocal sounds like. For this vocal, I pitched down the sample and slowed down the BPM just to get a bit of vary speed, then sped it back up and pitched it back up to get a bit of vary speed. On the vocal, I put a lot of stuff. I put a CLA compressor, an EQ, a micro shift, a degrader. I like using degrader on vocals just to give it that little like that hiss sound. Echo Boy, providing delay, tape emulation, a reverb, and an EQ. Then I put a flanger just to make it sound like Redbone by Childish Gambino. I wanted that Redbone Childish Gambino vocal sound, so that's why I put a flanger on there. All together with the background vocals and the guitar, it sounds like this. Once I had this, I needed a drum loop, so I called on my boy Yelly and he played this out. Just a simple kick and hi-hat. Once I had the drum break, I knew I had the main elements of the sample done. All I need to do was add guitar, bass, piano, and clavinet. For the guitars, I played palm muted, and I added a wah on one of the guitars as well. I love layering melody lines with different instruments. So I have the vocal melody played on guitar in a wild guitar. On the effects processing on the bass, I added this effect rack preset. I always use this, bass amp and M enhancer, and I put an R bass. On the guitars, I put a reels, a micro shift, spring reverb. I love putting spring reverb on like plucky guitars, and the low hi, taking out some of the highs. That's basically it for the guitar side. Once I had this, I just wanted to add piano and clavinet just to finish off the sample. Now that I had that, let's go break down the piano. The piano is a contact bank. It's called SSS Vintage Upright. I use it all the time. It's the same piano I use on the Tory Lanez record. Let me break down the piano. On the second half, I add this piano top line. On the piano, I put a Volt compressor, a Reels, an EQ, another compressor, an Echo Boy, and that's it, really. Lastly, I layered the piano chords with the clavinet just to make it more thick. And yeah, this is what it sounds like. The clavinet is from Omnisphere, from Keyscape, and I added the reels and the reverb on the clavinet. That's basically the sample. Don't forget to check out the kit. It contains this sample and 19 others and way more stuff. If you just want to buy the samples on their own, they're available to purchase separately. But yeah, let me just play the sample and finish the video. But yeah, that's it. From your boy Elkin. Peace.